First, we're just going to cut 2 slices of bread into cubes. Put it in the bowl and let it soak in a 1/4 cup of milk. Just give it a little stir. 1 small onion. Okay, so we're just going to start mixing the ingredients for the meatballs. Some salt, I guess about 1/2 teaspoon or a teaspoon. And about 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Dump in our bread that was soaking in the milk for a while. About 1/2 teaspoon of allspice. The recipe also calls for ground nutmeg, but I don't have that, so I'm just gonna leave it out. I'm also going to add about a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. This recipe is from the Pioneer Woman, but I'm not following it to the T. I just kind of add whatever I think. I'm gonna mix that together. I meant to add the onion in there. I like to mix these before the meat so I don't have to mix the meat so much and toughen it up. Most people mix this by hand, but I don't like mixing meat by hand, so I do it this way. Okay, just mix it for 10 or 15 seconds. Okay, I've preheated my oven to 400. Most recipes call for meatballs to be cooked in a pan. However, I find that takes forever and it's tedious and I have to do multiple pan batches. So I just get an extra large cookie sheet and cook them in the oven. Okay, that's all of them. I made them pretty big so they'd all fit on the cookie sheet, and now we're going to bake them for about 30 minutes at 400. While the meatballs are cooking, we can cook our egg noodles and our gravy. I just use these. A little bit of salt. Okay, now we're going to make the gravy. 3 tablespoons of butter. Okay, once your butter is melted, sprinkle in about 1/3 to 1/2 cup of flour. And just kind of get the butter all soaked into it. And then we're going to add in 4 cups of broth. I'm using chicken broth. You can use beef broth or vegetable broth. And this will take a minute to simmer up, and once it does, it will all continue to mix and thicken. And this is where you can add in some salt and pepper and other spices. I'm going to put about 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, about half a teaspoon of salt. I don't really measure. And some parsley flakes. Sour cream will go in this as well. We're gonna wait till it's already thick and combined. Okay, now that we have it pretty thick, I'm going to add in about half a cup of sour cream. Once this is combined and mixed in, we can turn off the heat. Okay, here are the meatballs that just came out of the oven. We're gonna put those in the sauce. Garnish with a little bit more parsley. Fresh parsley would probably be better, but this is what I've got. And now we'll just spoon the meatballs and the gravy over our egg noodles. There you go.